All right, folks, and let's do a test real quick, make sure everybody can hear me okay. Can everybody hear me? John says okay. Okay, good. Let's get started. All right, folks, and this is our second trading session on YouTube. First one was on market timing. This one is on how to pick stocks that will win. And I think that, let me cover the risk portion. There's a high degree of risk involved in trading, and past performance is not indicative of future results. And those that are here just through a regular link can, when we have these live trades, so join in youtube.com/at TBUZ TNT. Okay? At TBUZ TNT. All right. We want to bring this to everybody's attention. There's a lot of times when you're trading, questions might come up. And those questions might be some simple answers, but they're really bugging you. And so what we put together is this dtitrader.com/help. You can go ask questions there from 10 to 1. Such things as, hey, I would really like to study reference bars. I forgot where to find it. You can go there and type it in, and they'll come back and try to help you. Okay, try to help you. So 10 to 1 every day. So picking winning stocks sounds like a simple subject, but it's really difficult when you think about it because stocks really have what I call personalities of their own, and they behave different at different times of the year. And so when you're trying to evaluate what stocks to buy, you got to narrow it down. You got a lot of choices out there. And you can go down, you can make a lot of good trades, and all of a sudden you make a trade that's not so good, it wipes out all your gains in your other stocks. So the way we do it here is we have three main tools. We have our roadmap scanners, which goes out there according to our criteria of market timing and pulls those stocks that are going to allow us to have a high odds approach. And then we use the roadmap features to get more detailed on how to enter and how to exit. And then we have MTI by DTI, which is a big picture view and also takes you into the hourly view, which gives you a lot of aid if you're trying to time it at the same time. That's MTI by DTI. Now, the high noon scanner is one of our oldest and most reliable ones. You can do all the stocks and we keep it simple. If they're green, they're going up, they're red, they're going down. And what I like to do, though, is focus on the top 20 longs, depending on what the trend is, or the top 20 shorts. And if there's certain stocks I'm following, like this week I'm following Home Depot's got an earnings report and Walmart's got an earnings report. I can do a deep dive on those and plug those in there and see exactly what the numbers say. And that's just something that you can do inside our roadmap scanner under high noon. Identify stocks that are above the monthly open, which is one of our criteria, and make our higher highs off the range of the prior week, which is a pretty simple concept if you think about it. It's trending higher. And that's the trend that we want to buy when we make these kind of choices. Now, another one that we tried to really simplify everything is the 5-star report. We're filling criteria on connected dots, year, month, average. And if you got 5 stars, you got a stock that's probably pretty hot to go up if it's green, or if they're all red, pretty hot, it's going down. We have several little proprietary things inside the 5-star report, like the rocket. And that way we know it's breaking out from the monthly open, either up or down, looking at the rocket numbers. But we simplified it. Hey, green means up, red means down. I can't think of any other simple way to display it than like that. Now, inside the roadmap, there's certain numbers that I need when I'm trading. I need to know where open the month at. I need to know after the 3-day algo, is it a bullish or bearish? For example, I'm looking at American Express here, and you can see above 235, I'm bullish on American Express. And then you look at this as a starting point when it turns green. Now, if you look at Tesla, you know I'm bearish on Tesla, been bearish. It's below the monthly open. Today it's having a counter trend rally, but still it's pretty negative if you think about it. The 3-day low is at 176. We've been below that and been lower. And right now I've got a sell out on Tesla below 164.40. So we'll see if that ends up happening or not, just following the trade tracker. Now, if you've been with me in live sessions, I'm always talking about numbers that pay. We have a feature inside the roadmap that does the work for you. I still do it the old-fashioned way, okay? And the old-fashioned way means what? That I'm going to write it out in hand, and that way the numbers sort of stick in my head when I do it that way. Uh, Looking at the computer is a real quick and dirty way to do it, but you can take those numbers and translate them into a format that you'll have that memory that, hey, this is something I want to consider, okay? Things you want to know is where the stock opened for the week. What was its high and low for Monday? What's today's opening? Been this Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday? And then where's that 7 o'clock number when this thing really started having cash buyers or sellers come into the market? And always you want to keep up with what the high was and what the low is. If it's trading near the high, chances are it's probably going higher. If it's trading near the low, chances are it's probably going lower. And these are the kind of things you think about as a trader. How do we look? What is it? How is it performing? And just in numbers alone. I like looking at the numbers. Now, the trader dashboard is another feature that basically keeps up with the market throughout the day or night. And you can plug your stocks in there, one that you're considering long, and then you can plug the ones in there, the one you're considering short, and you know that when it's below that RB low, probably timely to be short if it's got an overall downward bias like Tesla does. Or American Express, which has an overall bullish bias, when it gets higher than the RB open, it's basically saying it's ready to run again. And we find that so powerful in what you're doing. Now, MTI by DTI. This is a unique feature that you can look at, okay? And this unique feature will keep you on the right side, I call it, of history. If it's above all those white lines on the left-hand side, you got a pretty solid upward trend. If it's below all four of those on the left-hand side, you probably got a pretty decided avoid on that stop. Now, you can use the short-term chart on the right-hand side, which is those white lines and that magenta line, to tell you intraday when to enter and when not to, okay? I think I can really, really say to you, I use this feature quite a bit when I'm trying to get down to the bottom line. Should I be in? Should I be long? And where am I wrong? These lines tell you everything you need to know about any ticker out there in a quick and timely fashion. Great tool that we developed here at DTI. All right, in summary, I want to talk about this before I go to the live market, but when you pick a stock, I would encourage you to enter in two parts. And what I mean by that is take your number of dollars that you're going to put in that stock and do about half of them on the initial go. We'll call that the probe. And then once you get confirmation, meaning you got the right timing, put the other half in. You can put it in after a reference bar or at the end of the first day if it closes near its high, if you're buying it, or maybe after tomorrow's open if it's up, if you got a trend going. So this is what you can do as a trader to improve your odds of success. And this is how that I go about finding stocks that are going to win. And we break it down. First, connect the dots with market timing. And secondly, what stocks qualify and what stocks are teed up. And it's very simple to plug it into the roadmap and see where it's positioned inside the buy zones and sell zones. Very important criteria. And when you pick a stock, I encourage you to enter in two parts, like I said, and maybe never enter the second part if it never starts paying you. That'll save you money too. If it's not good enough to get that second part in, you sure don't want to be fully invested in that stock. And that's just the beauty of entering in two parts. All right, folks, let's go to a live market and look at a couple stocks. The first stock we want to look at is my top stock of the day is American Express. Just look at a daily. Now, if you look at the daily, we went higher today than we did on Friday. And now we reversed, and American Express is trading about 240, okay? Got a little gap there, doesn't it? If you look at the previous top. Jonathan, what's that top of that green bar leading into these 2 days?
This top over here?
No, to the right.
Right here?
That one. Yeah.
And that high is 239.38.
239.38.
Yep.
Order filled.
All right. So what that's telling me is that's support, because American Express is bullish. If you look at the 3-day high, 3-day low, you look at what it's done, and it just decided to correct today, I'll tell you that. And because of that, what are we doing? We're just going to be very patient with American Express. My guess is that the correction today is just, that's all it is a correction. And if you keep your eye on American Express, my guess is that once you get above a Genesis bar or RB4 bar, it's ready to run again. Those are the two bars I would look, okay? If I was looking out into the future. That's the first stock I want to look at. Another stock I want to look at is a index called the QQQ. Now, earlier today, I said the QQQ, if it got up above, I think it was 444, Jonathan, the high of the day?
The reference bar here at 444.09.
Yeah, 444.09. If it gets above that, then clearly the market's tired of correcting and wanting to go higher. Okay, that's on the QQQ. Another stock I want to look at today is DJT. Did anybody here on the 25-cent trade make money there on that 25-cent trade? It was pretty nice, wasn't it? What did we pay for that, Jonathan? You remember?
Around 20, somewhere between 25 and 30 cents.
And we sold it 39 or higher.
Yep, 37 or higher. Yep,
That's
39.
what
Yep,
was that?
37, 39, around there.
Mathematically, showing how you figure a return on that.
Okay, let's say 37 over 29 is a 28% return.
You gotta love those 25-cent trades. I got some more. We're gonna put one on at the end of the day, okay? Uh Anybody here make that trade? I'm just curious. Anybody make that DJT trade? Tell me if you got where you got out and what you made. You might have made more than 29%. Karen said she did. Okay. $37. Oh, Rob made $500. Way to go, Rob. Terry got 39. All right. Good news. All right. Looking at today, I'd record numbers. Keep your eye on that NASDAQ. It's got a little pep in its step. And if it takes out that high, I think there's a play there. So I'm sort of watching that for this afternoon, the NASDAQ. All right, let me open it up. Any questions now? Anybody got any questions for us? This is our second part of training day here. And again, use the tools to help you identify what's hot and what's not. You know, you can type in that YouTube channel and other people will see your questions. John, if you see any questions I missed, I'm trying to get everybody's questions before we wrap it up.
Yeah, no questions yet. Just remember there's a 15-second delay or so. So it might take a, we
All
can
right.
throw up like a minute timer and say,
Yeah.
do you have any questions? And go from there.
Right now, I like the way crude is acting. Gold is just consolidating after the gap down. American Express, about 39.5 is support, so it's at 240.20. That's sort of the way I'm looking at that one. And Jim said he also made that $500 trade. Speaking of that, last night I had a planning session. Jonathan, you have the link. Everybody can watch it if they want to get in details. I created a deal that would allow you to buy a year out, and it was a special deal. And they had a little trouble with the link last night. I'm going to be doing a 25-cent trade before today. There's the planning session to watch it. And do you have the link? They can't get it from the recording. The link if they want to join us this afternoon. We're going to go live at 3:30. Oh, and I just got reminded on the YouTube, hit the like button if you like what I'm doing. Any questions about picking winning stocks? All right, well, we're going to go to lunch. Jan, the way I interpret it is those lines, if I'm above those lines on MTI, that's bullish. Always look at where those lines are. Okay. Give me some feedback, if you will, on the 25 cent trade, John, you had a slide there too, did you? On the 25 cent deal? Thought we had a slide at the end of these.
Let's see here.
Just say we'll post when we're going to return. Karen says, you know I love those 25 cent options. I got one for you this afternoon at 3:30, Karen, for the big report tomorrow. Did everybody get the link if they want to become part of the 25 cent trade at that reduced commitment period? Did everybody get that link? We didn't have it last night. We got it late, but yeah, there's the link right here. Or you can call 904-416-1776, but we got it and there it is. So Jonathan, when are we going to be back for the part 3? Donna's trying to
Part
plan the
3.
schedule.
Okay, part 3 will kick off at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, and part 4 will be 2:15. So the next one, the next two will be fairly quickly. We only have 45 minutes between the start of part 3 and the start of part 4.
Okay, but we got lunchtime right now, right?
Right now it's time for lunch. Yep. We got the European close that just happened 10 minutes ago. And so we're heading into lunch, and we'll be back at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Now, one last chance. Anybody, does anybody have any other questions before we break for lunch? Yeah, the roadmap software is a creation by DTI. I did it years ago, and I love it. Thanks, Mark, for signing up for the 25 cent trader. You're going to love it. Just ask Karen. I think lunch sounds good, Jonathan. Let's go eat something. Yeah, I guess Polygon's still down, Jonathan.
Yes. Much as
Okay.
I know, right there.
They're working on it, I'm sure. Can you imagine working on that with the swab transfer from TD Ameritrade? The technical computer guys probably are pulling their hair out on a day like today. Because that's a lot of computer things that have to be holding hands with each other to work correctly. I will say though, the transfer from TD Ameritrade to swap has been pretty painless so far anyway. So y'all have a good day. I'll be back in a while. And we'll just see what's happening. Thanks, John. I'm gonna shut down everything, right?
Yes, you can. We'll be back at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time.